Hey guys, I thought I'd just show you guys one of my gameplays today. Just played a game of solo queue. About D3, D2 elo, and I think it was a really good game displaying some of the new strategies I've been up to. Hopefully it can help you guys improve your guys' builds, gameplay. And yeah, so basically this game we're just going to start off with a early invade. You'll see what happens here, but we got a Taric, and obviously Taric is pretty good level 1. Skarner has obviously have your E level 1 as well. I don't necessarily like starting E, so I only get E if I need to. Like for example, if there's 3 enemies all stacked up in one spot. And so what you guys can see here is the early invade. We don't know, we have no vision here right now, and so I'm decided to go for a ward here rather than go for the assist. And so I get my team division of him, which allows them to instantly engage, pretty much leaving him very little time to escape. And we end up picking the kill. And so you can see here I didn't get an assist for that, but that's all right. I don't really want to start his red. Obviously we could try to start his red, but a lot of times there's a bunch of shenanigans. They have Nautilus level 1. They have pretty good level 1, and a lot of times it's better to just start and make sure the game, just play it safe, get into what you're used to, and playing the game, you know, how you're used to be playing it. And so I go back to my red here, spot out Renekton. And that's fine. He just does like 100 damage to me. And from here on, it's pretty much just a standard route. I'll speed this up a little bit for you guys. Yeah, so I basically am just trying to show you guys some of the new strats I've been up to, and one of them you'll guys see here in a few minutes. It's Doran's Blade, and it sounds pretty troll, but Doran's Blade is actually really strong because you're gonna scale. Anyone who's played Skarner, especially with Conqueror Skarner, which I've been playing a lot recently. You already know you're going to scale, so let's place back. Yeah, so that's pretty easy kill. I'll just run that back real fast for you guys, since I kind of sped into it. Okay, so the only reason I went for this play, guys, I don't generally like going for these type of plays early on, where I'll go, because it kind of messes up my path. I like to have my camps rubber banded, but I saw this Renekton, how he's walking up. I knew he'd probably want to trade level 2. I know I have Ghost too. Once I saw this, him walking like this, I knew it was pretty free. Right here, he lets me hit the E. If he just flashed that E, he would have been fine. But once I know he has no flash, I just go in for it. Even if I get stunned under tower for a second, it doesn't really matter. I can walk out with that Ghost move speed. One thing that you guys should note is I instantly recall here, because I know he has TP. He's up in 3 seconds. So if he had maybe teleported there, even then I think it would have been too late. But if he had instantly teleported, he might have been able to get me, or cancel the recall at least. And so you can see pretty good start this game. I'm 1-0 already. I just went for a double longsword. One thing I'll tell you guys is, instead of going for a machete, a lot of times I was just going for machete start. I'd recommend honestly right now, if you're going for the Conqueror early game warrior type, more aggressive build, where you're really looking to just power farm up, scale, and look for early fights. I'd probably recommend just going for early longswords rather than the machete, because you're going to get your Q AD scaling. And obviously your attacks, all your basic attacks will do more damage with the longsword as well. You lose a little bit of lifesteal and on hit with your machete, but it's about the same with longsword, and you're also going to do more damage to champions, which is obviously what you want to be focusing on more than the PvE aspect of jungling. And so let me just skip kind of through this early part of the game. It's mostly just farming here. I'm really looking to just get, you know, some sort of big power spike buy, raw back, buy a lot of stuff, and then look to fight a lot and play off that power spike as soon as I get it. This early game is pretty much just fine. Also, one thing you guys should note, guys, since I did start I went red straight into here, I knew this was going to respawn right about 4:30. So since I was pathing up through here, I had it pretty much rubber banded in a way that this would automatically respawn as soon as I get there. So it's actually not as bad of a path as I was saying earlier for going for that early gank. But if the early gank had failed, it would have also been a lot worse, because I wouldn't have had those 2 long swords. But I end up getting that, and so now all my camps are clear. I'm just looking to look for some sort of gank. I have nothing to take in my own jungle, so I'm looking for ganks. I'm looking for fights. I'm looking for taking enemy camps, and right now I'm looking to take his camps. I did see him down there a second ago, I believe, and I kind of thought he was already pathing down here, but I just check anyway just in case he left his wolves up, because I'll obviously take those just in case. I'm looking for a gank. I don't really see anything up there. I know he has wards. Might have spotted me there. Probably looking to do here just back. Okay, so in a situation like that, I just decided to go for the gank just because I don't have much. All my camps are down anyway. It's not, you know, if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I don't really lose much. So unfortunately, I didn't get the ward there. But you can always go for ganks like that whenever you're looking to back or reset, and you have nothing on the map you need to be clearing. You don't really need the tempo. You can just kind of look for these kind of ganks where they're not pretty low chance, but also low risk. Because there's pretty low chance that would have gone bad for me. It's unlikely that I would just have randomly died to him, so I wasn't too worried. Now that this respawns, I'm just taking this. I should probably be looking for a reset here. We'll see what I do. Could have walked away from that. Yeah, I was looking for recall now. Speed this up. Another thing I'll show you guys this game is going to be ZHONYA'S Hourglass. Not a lot of people have been doing that. I really think it's really sleeper OP. I think it's very, very good. Okay, so another path here I do, guys. I know that I cleared up through this way, so I know that when they respawn, they're gonna respawn up through here. But since these two had already spawned, this just spawned. I know that this is gonna spawn pretty fast. And generally, my favorite type of pathing is looking for red or Krugs downwards because Krugs are more valuable. So I'd rather get the Krugs first. But I just hit 6, so now I'm looking to see if I can make something happen here. I saw Graves. I was pretty sure since earlier these camps were down. I was pretty sure. I thought Talon would warded right there, but I was pretty sure now Graves is going to rotate down to here to clear these camps. I could have possibly gone. I didn't really know exactly what was happening, but yeah. So you can see here, guys. Might be a slight misplay by me here, guys. You can see it got canceled in auto there. I don't know if it would have mattered. He still had flash. Once that happens, I'm just looking to run out. Jax, Graves, he's pretty low. Pretty much nothing they can do here. Talon's already dead, so gotta walk out. So, kind of missed that. I could walk back for it. It's a little bit of a waste of time. But now what I'm gonna look to do, guys, I'm just gonna clear down through my jungle. I really like taking Krugs. If you have a chance to rubber band camps, which is when you just go one camp to the next, to the next, to the next, it's preferable to just go Krugs downwards because then your Krugs will spawn first, and you're more likely if let's say your camps are just respawning. You're gonna know when they respawn. Your enemy jungler is not exactly gonna know when they respawn. So, for example, if I had cleared up through here, then I went for my next rebound. If I'm not here instantly, there's a good chance that these camps will end up respawning and maybe they get stolen by the enemy jungler. So I really like just taking these ones first inside of a rubber band to make sure that I will be getting these camps because I can be there right as they spawn and be the first one on top of them. So let's just speed through here a little bit. This game's really more focused around the mid to late game, and so there's some of these fights that I want to show you guys, show you the items that I've built. So let's take a look right now. Okay, so on that last back, I ended up finishing, I already backed first back with double longsword. I ended up getting a Doran's Blade and the blue smite, so I have a really big power spike here. I'm looking to fight for sure. I'm really strong. You can see even Graves, he has an entire warrior right now. You guys will see, I could probably almost take him at this point. See what happens here. I'm not looking to take this. I'm just looking to get wards down. Enemy team is pushed up. They just killed my bot laners. There's 0-5 right now, my bot, so it's not looking too good. Luckily, Kled is doing really well, and so a lot of solo kills by him is helping out. You guys will see in the mid to late game, though, this Kled does not really know how to play with his lead, and he'll end up throwing a lot, and so I pretty much have to pick up the slack for him this game. And since we saw them all bot, and Kled has priority, I can look for this kind of play. Both my laners have priority right here, and so it's really easy for me to take this with pretty low risk. Even if Graves comes up through here, which is the only pretty much way he can come up since we have vision here. Even if he does come, there's a good chance my team can collapse on him, or I can just run away, and not. The risk is very low, and the reward's pretty high. Get a pre-10-minute Rift Herald. One thing some of you guys might not know in like the lower elos, or might not think about, would be the fact that Rift Herald, the plates despawn at 14 minutes. So if you can get the Rift Herald down, and you can bust a tower before 14 minutes, you get a lot of extra gold. And since now I see this, but I also see this, so what I'm looking to do is just try to get these plates gold as well as the first tower gold. So I'll get tower gold, first tower gold, and plates if I can place the rift down and get it. And a lot of times what you could do is that you could place the rift up top, but you're also risking the fact that you might not even get the tower and you might not get all the plates either. I meant to, okay, so what I meant to do there, guys, but I meant to place it over the wall. You can actually place it over the wall. That's what I meant to do. It doesn't really, it's a small mistake. I wasn't facing the exact right way. And so what I'm trying to do here is look for like a kind of a drive-by, pick up all that gold. 770 gold. Kled wasn't even in range, so I just got all that solo gold right there. Kled whiffs his ult. I go on Graves here. And I just pick up a pretty free kill. Taric Skarner is a really good combo as well. One thing, I know I posted about Taric Skarner not too long ago, guys. It's something I'm going to be making a guide on at some point. I've been really busy with finals. And so it's kind of hard too, because my duo partner that we play with, he's not been on a lot and he's not really been willing to play. So once I can get like one of those games out, I'll probably do a post-com, or I might just do a live recording of it, if he's okay with that. With my E a few seconds early. Yeah, and so Taric Skarner, funneling, it's really strong, and I think it's something that you guys can do if you guys in the lower elos. You guys have any friends that would be willing to play Taric, or some other tanky supports. You guys can definitely abuse it and get a lot of free elo. It's really easy. Skip through here. Probably looking to buy here pretty soon. Okay, so on my last back, I should have mentioned this earlier. I got double dagger. I finished warrior. So this is a real, like, as you can see by going Doran's Blade, you can kind of just see how strong I am at this point in the game. And you guys can do the same thing. It's not just me that can do it. You know, anyone can do this. It's not that hard. You just have to know you just have to know your limits on Skarner. As long as you know your limits, it gives you a really nice early power spike. One thing is that, you know, with Skarner, a lot of times you're going to be outscaling the enemy jungler, and you can go for these kind of 1v2, 1v3 plays if you're ahead in the mid to late game. And so by just buying this Doran's Blade, you're getting yourself to the late game faster, and you're just bolstering your early game. And even I buy it when ahead, I buy it when behind. I think it's a really good item. I didn't really expect to get ganked here, guys. We had Vision mid. I forgot. I should have respected the fact that he had Moby boots, so that was totally my bad. I ended up trying to look for some plates here, but I ended up just inting, so pretty big mistake there. But at the same time, it's not really the end of the world. I get a plate, and I deny them like some XP in a wave, so that's not good. I'm pinging back here. I was spam pinging because I knew Talon was gonna rotate pretty fast with Mobies. It looks like Kled dies anyway, so my pings didn't really do much there. Jax up on the overextend. We'll see what happens here. I don't really remember exactly what happens with this Jax. So I'm back. I'm really strong. Anyone who's played Skarner would know this situation. You're really strong. You've got an entire warrior, entire stinger, Sheen, HP, boots, and a Doran's Blade. I'm just definitely looking to fight here if I can. This isn't really optimal. This Renekton's huge right now. He's like 4-2. I didn't really want to just go in there, but Jax, I guess, just decided, even though he's 0-4, just pull the trigger. He has no Sheen. All he has is these items. Pretty weak, but cancel the Renekton's back there. If you can cancel backs, a lot of times it's really worth it, because you can force them to, in these weird situations where they have to stay. See, now he has to stay. And now he's risking stuff whenever he didn't have to previously. And now we have some tempo on him now, because he's looking to back. He's looking to spend all the gold he just earned. And we're looking to just shove it in, deny him gold now. So yeah, the game state's not too good for us here. We're about 3 or 4k behind. And kills don't really matter as much, but it's 14-7, so. The good thing at this game, guys, what you guys can see, when you look at this comp, what's the first thing you think? The first thing you really should think is just that the fact they have a lot of attack damage, a lot of physical damage. And so you want to be stacking, some sort of armor item on your team, especially with Taric, who has armor scaling, in case you guys are wondering. It's really good on him. Team's fighting here. That's fine. We just walk out. We got Taric. I'm looking for a pick. Now, it's pretty unfortunate. Maybe that was a misplay by me, but if he had yeah, it's okay. I can walk out. But if he didn't have Q there, I would have just probably killed him. But unfortunately, his Q slowed me down enough. So you could just say that was a complete int by me. At the same time, if Nautilus Q was not back up, I think it just came up. If it wasn't back up, then I would have just got a free kill, because I would have just pulled him under tower and just slayed him. And so one other thing, guys, is when you're playing against a comp like this, I'd recommend going Tenacity in your runes. So if you go Conquer, this tree right here, Precision tree, you can go for Triumph. That's a really OP rune. You get a Legend rune, and Legend Tenacity is something you definitely want to bring versus any AD comp. What that will let you do is it will let you get Tenacity. And since if you play against a full AP comp, you can always go Merc Treads and get that Tenacity. If you play against a full AD comp, though, you're incentivized to wanting to buy Tabbies. And if you buy Tabbies and you don't have Legend Tenacity, then you're probably going to have no Tenacity and just get completely CC'd and just destroyed in the late game. So definitely recommend if you guys play against a comp like this or something like 4 AD, go for Legend Tenacity and then buy Tabby. And so when you buy Tabby, it doesn't feel as bad when you get CC'd because you'll have that Tenacity to back you up. So I'm still really strong. I'm still looking to farm, guys. One thing you guys can notice, and this works in every elo really. Maybe not in, in like the higher elos because you can't always get this much farm. The enemy jungler will be looking to take your farm. But I have 134 CS right now, just from farming a lot and picking up waves whenever I can. And so one thing you can see, I have more CS than anyone on my team, which in like this is D2 D3 elo. If this was like a D1, Master Challenger game, a lot of my laners would have more like 160, like 150, 160. They are all about 120 right now, and so I'm actually out farming all my laners, which is pretty good. See this going? I know we can kill this Renekton right now. He's not that strong. I ghost just in case to get a little bit extra move speed. I don't know if his team's coming or what. End up wiping him out. And I'm just looking to tax this Jax. He's 0-5. I'm on a spike. I need to be like taking as much CS as I can. I don't really care. He's gonna be powerful eventually anyway, so it doesn't really matter if I put him behind as long as I put myself ahead in a position where I can carry. I'm back in here, so I get vision of this. Unfortunately, I just barely miss it, and that's okay though. But they're still playing respectful because they knew I could be in the area, so. I wasn't really looking to go here, but then I saw Kled pull the trigger and I had to follow up. I'm looking at, okay, so I thought I had R here. Okay, so yeah, I thought I had ultimate here, but I actually was down for like 6 seconds. So I just looked like a complete idiot walking towards the graves. And so this fight goes way worse for us than it should have. On all fronts. Jax barely gets just screwed over for long enough. And then Graves 1v1's the Kled. Now Kai'Sa's 9-0, and so team's kind of having a mental boom here. Luckily, this team it didn't tilt too hard. In some elos, this game would just be over right here. But this team was, we were all pretty reasonable and felt like, we can still win this. And if we get to the mid game, they're pretty screwed because they have a mostly physical damage comp. As long as Taric gets his Frozen Heart, as long as I get my Tabbies, I'm looking for the ZHONYA'S now. That's what I was talking about near the start of the video and the title of the video, ZHONYA'S. It's just such a good item. But I'll show you guys how I end up building into this game because it's you can't always just build ZHONYA'S out of nowhere, especially if you're really far behind. You can't just go ahead and build it. You need to be CSing decently. Like Kai'Sa overextends here. I'm not gonna just give up a free kill. And so now we have tempo. Now we're looking to see, can we pressure the Baron? We have a timer on Kai'Sa. She's the strongest member of their team. They have 4 up and we have 5 up. So Renekton's there. Jax pulls trigger here. Ashe follows up with the arrow. Now we're just looking to see if we can get this Baron now. We have the priority. We have 2 down on the enemy team. I'm just pinging this. I know we can Baron here if we just rush it. We have a 5-man comp. We have Taric, which is also really good. Taric can reset his passive over and over again. He can get heals for the entire team in an AoE format, and so it's really good. So we're just melting the Baron here. Not exactly melting, but we're killing it pretty fast in a way that I know we'll have enough time. Now I see this Graves here, guys. One thing you can do. I don't have Smite. If I had Smite, I wouldn't be this much of a pussy. But since I don't have Smite, I'm just looking to zone him. I deny his ult. He can't ult the Baron. I go back in now, and that's pretty much a fine way to play if you don't have Smite. Because I wanted to take the Baron there. I knew we had enough time, enough damage. It doesn't matter. Oh, Kai'Sa goes in. I know I pull her out of Ashe's. Okay, so Kai'Sa's range is slightly shorter than Ashe's, so I pull her into like an area where Ashe can still auto, but then Kai'Sa can't auto Ashe, and so I get who gets the kill? I think I get the kill. So it's really nice. We get 550 off that. Looking to just mess up Talon here. Missed. If I hit the E, I think I just kill him, maybe. Good chance I just kill him there. That's okay. I chunk him out. Probably should have taken that wave, but that's also okay. In hindsight, that wave was pretty free, and now we're bleeding the entire wave. So yeah, I should have just stayed there and taken that wave. Pretty big mistake. I could have gotten entire cannon wave and like 4 other minions, but instead I go mid. I think I'm looking to just pressure with this. I see this tower, and I'm looking to see if I can get, you know, some sort of gold here. I see for a second. Oh wait, that tower's 1 HP. Walk up, tower dies. I'm in range. 350 gold. Easy as that. So honestly, this is not the worst play, but I should have seen. I could have just cleared the wave and then ran down mid. So I don't really like the Jax call to just go in here, but I'm like, whatever, we gotta go in now. Who is that? I've got Talon, but he flashes right out. Now we're just looking to run. I'm making sure Taric gets out here. I'm just standing there. I know I can always run away if I need to. I have plenty of move speed on the Spire. Boom. So one thing is that they don't have they have a wave. And I know, here's the thing, I know that this inhib's gone. There's nothing I can do. That inhib is 100% gone. But I know that as well that my teammates are respawning. And so since I know the inhib's gone, and I don't think that there's any, I have Baron recall as well. I don't think there's any way that they can get these towers. I just decided to take these 2 camps and then recall with the 4-second recall timer. And I'm pretty confident here that we don't lose anything from me doing that. I'm just going in, taking out Talon, taking out Graves, taking out Kaisa, and now Nautilus. And there you go, guys. That's just easy as that. You know, if people overextend in this kind of elo, you can always take these kind of advantages. You know, this is not necessarily my play that was good. It was just that they made a really bad play and we capitalized off of it. And since I think I stayed, I might have leveled up actually off these 2 camps. So I believe I might have leveled up to level 13 when I took those camps. One other thing, guys, is that these 2 items, Jarm's Fist and Seekers, they both stack. So if you get these 2 items at the same time, you can stack them up at the same time. You end up with 45 armor. You end up with 300 HP, 15 attack damage, and you also get 45 AP. So you get a ton of stats for only these 2 combined are only 2,300, and they also build into Tarics as well as ZHONYA'S. So you get a lot of survivability guaranteed, and you get a better build path. So now if I get some kills, I can decide whether I want to buy entire ZHONYA'S or entire Tarics in one buy, since I have you know, pretty expensive components for them. It's kind of risky. I decided to take their camps. But I see them walking down mid, so I'm not too worried. I know they don't have a wave for too long. So I just decided, might as well just take their camps here. I'm assuming that they're going to take my camps since they have priority over the map. And I'm also just looking to take the tower here. I still have Baron here, so I can push this pretty easily. We also have an Earth Drake we got earlier in the game. Okay, so I just recall. Okay, so I think that might have been a mistake, but at the same time, I want to make sure we keep these towers up top. And I thought there's a chance that they were walking down for me. I didn't really. I might have been able to look to see, but I believe there was fog, so I didn't know if they were walking to get me as well. So I just had to recall. I only had 1 second left in my Baron, and now we go for a play here. And it's pretty free. Just pop the Graves, pop him as well. Once I saw him on that, and now here, honestly, guys, I thought it was game over. I really thought it was just game over there. But it's only 25 minutes in the game, so they still have only 30-second timers, and we have to push all the way down mid with these waves. Jax could have TP'd there and got this wave for us before. It might have saved us a little bit of time. Even then, though, guys, I don't think it was necessarily in the world. We get the wave. We melt the wave pretty fast. We're walking is like, what, it's 4 here. Kled's respawning. Now, one thing, guys, you can do, I have an entire ZHONYA'S now, so I bought my ZHONYA'S on that back. I can just tank this tower, and if I get low enough, I can just ZHONYA'S if I have to. Instantly stop tanking the tower. I get pretty low here. I don't even have to ZHONYA'S, but I just walk out. I just walk out there. I want to make sure we get this tower here. So I make sure we get the tower, and I'm just looking to walk out now. And Ashe just stands still. I mean, looked kind of like a bot, to be honest. But that's just, you know, I think she just thought she was dead, so she just gave up. She might have been able to do something, but yeah, it was pretty much over for her, let's be honest. I'm taking their camps, you know, I don't care. And now this is kind of risky here, right? But is it? Because I know I'm strong. If they fight for me, I can kill Talon right there. Oh, Kaisa's gonna jump on me. I'll get the double E proc, popper. And here I could have honestly, guys. If I had sidestepped that grave skew, I might have been able to. I probably should be able to kill him there. I had my ZHONYA'S up, but The fact is that he probably would have just autoed me out of ZHONYA'S instantly. And so I possibly could have ZHONYA'S, but I believe my W's on cooldown, and I don't think it would have came up, so it's one thing. And I think he also flashed, right? He flashed to get the kill there. Flash out of my auto range, so pretty good. Honestly, though, I just almost 1v3, so you guys can see that's why it's so strong. I have an entire ZHONYA'S, 45 armor. I have that amazing passive. Get some AP, get some CDR. It's really good. One thing, guys, here is I'm sitting on 5 items. I just sold my Doran's Blade, and so you can see what I'll do. I'm thinking about what's the most efficient thing I can buy. Undo it. I'm thinking let's see how much gold. I believe I've 1100. I have like 1100. What I decided to do here, guys, it's honestly one of the best things you can do. I'm thinking about it last second. I'm thinking what I decided to buy a stopwatch and then iron pot. So yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I knew I was gonna buy here. I had to just think about it for a little bit. I had to get that stopwatch though, so now I have double stopwatch. You guys can see how that comes into play. I have an entire elixir and a double stopwatch. I'm really, really strong, guys. You guys see how good it is. Power of ZHONYA'S. I'm just looking to go in. You know, like I don't care. My team's taking him. I'm just going in. I have ZHONYA'S. I'm 1v4 right now. My team's taking Renekton. I ZHONYA'S. I get low E again. ZHONYA'S stopwatch again. Now I can just walk out. And I'm fine. Unfortunately, the team doesn't fall up as well, but I end up living just because of it. I could have possibly stayed there, but I believe I would have died and the game would have been instantly over, so what I did was pretty much fine. And you guys can see right there, this is ZHONYA'S. I have that ZHONYA'S really pays off big time. And if you do buy the ZHONYA'S before you use your stopwatch, you can always look to do double stopwatch plays like that, where you buy like 5 items, you get your 5th item like 6 item stopwatch, and then buy an elixir, and then you're on a huge power spike. And a lot of times that should have won my team the fight, but I think my team had some sort of misplay that made the fight unwinnable. So, because I was 1v4 zoning the entire team. I'm just taking Kai'Sa here. Really big damage. And also ZHONYA'S gives you a good bit of damage too. That AP scaling on 4 of your abilities is so nice. Boom, pop him. You guys can see the damage here. The Conqueror as well, just stacking up. Really paying off. And that's one thing about Conqueror, guys. It's one of the best. I'd say it's actually the best late game keystone for Skarner. You can just, it lets you do so many things that Aftershock doesn't let you do, and Predator does not let you do at all. So I saw the Graves. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna kill this guy. Pop the Ghost. Pop the Smite on him. Going on him. Pop him. He's just dead. You guys can see right there. That's just how strong it is. And if I had an item other than ZHONYA'S there, I might not have survived because I wouldn't have that 45 armor. And so now we're just taking this junglers down. It's pretty much free. Kai'Sa just respawned, so there's almost no way they can follow up on that. And so also one thing about the double stopwatch is what it lets you do is it lets you build into a GA. And so once I have my 6th item, you guys can see this kind of full build. It's going to be Trinity Force, Taric, ZHONYA'S, and Tabby, and an entire GA. So I'm going to have like about, let's see, 20 plus 45 plus I think 40 armor. GA gives you your 45 armor. And so you end up with like near like 100 or 100 plus armor just off, off basically full damage. My entire build's full damage right now, as you can see. And so even with full damage, I'm going to have 100 armor. So it's going to be so hard for them to kill me, especially into this entire full physical damage comp. It just makes it so much harder for them to do anything versus me. And I also am just going to completely delete them too. I'm full damage. And also, another thing about this, guys, is that I'm not overcapping CDR. I actually am a little bit because I have Warrior and ZHONYA, but I'm looking to sell Warrior late game, and you can always sell Warrior. If you sell Warrior, guys, one thing I'd recommend, it's a secret that I've been kind of using, is buying Sork pot, so blue pot, rather than the Iron or the Wrath pot. And what it will do, if you end up selling your Warrior and buying a 6th item like a Death Stance or something like that, hold up. Pop him. I just one-shot the guy. As you can see, there's pretty much no counterplay there. Now I'm trying to help him, but I know he's dead. I'm just looking to see if I can make it happen. But also, guys, they had a push in the bot lane. I saw this happening. I just decided, all right, I'll just cancel their backs. Ash whiffs the arrow. Doesn't matter. I'll just take him. I'm taking the. As you can see, I just one-shot their full build cast, or nearly full build Kai'Sa. I'm just walking down now. I cancel this back one more time. Nautilus is here. This is the queue. I walk in. Game's over, guys. And so yeah, I really want to just really talk to you guys about how important thinking about this item is. ZHONYA'S, it's such a good item. I really recommend you guys to do it. You can see right here I had 5k more gold than anyone else on the team. And just through a really heavy farm playstyle, you can really just kind of take over the entire game. And even with my team, you know, I had an early game Kled, who's pretty fed. Now he's 6-6. So even though he was really doing well in the early game, he pretty much just completely fell off. And I would say I was hard carrying this game. You know, it wasn't all me, but I ended up carrying a lot of the slack for my team. And just through ZHONYA'S, through like Taric, through GA, I have 3 survivability items. So all 3 of these are really, really good survivability. All 3 combined, it's almost like there's no way for them to kill me. They have to kill me before they can kill my entire team. So they have to get through all 3 of these things before they can even kill me. And then my entire team's also attacking them. So yeah, guys, I would recommend ZHONYA'S. Really good item. Situational. You can't build it every game, but into a team like this, a lot of engage, a lot of physical damage. It's really, really good, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys learned something. Keep in mind, so the last points I would like to say, Doran's Blade, ZHONYA'S, and if you end up selling Warrior, buy Blue Pot, because then you'll have infinite mana. What it does is it will let you pretty much have enough mana always, and you will, if you do sell this, you'll run out of mana. So you need to have that Blue Pot, and it will give you a ton of mana if you don't have blue buff. So yeah, guys, that's the gameplay. Hopefully you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys next time.